That's
Yeah.
a real ballroom moment. On the floor, we are vicious. We are cutthroat. We are like
Mm.
down dog, dirty, like gutter bucket in the trash,
But it's
Dipsy
not
Dunks of trash.
prolonged.
But when we are outside of that, we have an element of family.
You ready for this?
Legendary, legendary. I really wanna be.
Mother Aoki from the House of Yohji Yamamoto. Thank you so much for speaking with me. I'm so excited to have you.
Thank you so much for having me. This is an honor. You were the first YouTube channel that I actually watched when I was like Googling frantically. Um, Legendary season 3 reviews.
Oh, wow. Well,
Yeah,
I'm
so I actually DM'd y'all right afterwards. It was like, oh, thank y'all for the nice words, especially you, because you've been rocking with us. You are definitely on the Yam Squad. Yeah.
Yes, I am a big fan. By the way, Danny really wanted to be a part of this interview, but he last minute had some things going on, so he couldn't make it.
Yeah, because I had some words because he was talking about us dip walking for so much on Grand March. I was about to say.
Yes. When I first saw you guys, there was something instantly that made me say, I like them. They feel like a family. They feel like a house I would want to be a part of, and that's what drew me in.
So the interesting thing about that is I'm so happy somebody asked me this question because we were not a house like we hadn't come out, we hadn't debuted, we hadn't done anything. We just had been a collective of friends that were in ballroom that were heavy hitters who were slept on a lot. Like a lot of people, because we have big personalities and we're loud and boisterous, sometimes we're
Right.
not as classy and posh as some people would think that some people would want us to be for ballroom as being big figures. And so we wanted to come together and show them on a national level that Yamamoto is a house that even though it's new, we have people that have been in ballroom for 15, 11, 8, 5. And then we got some people like Golden who's only been in ballroom for 2 years.
Oh, I wouldn't be able to tell.
I,
Yeah.
I know
Now,
how to pick them.
you really do. Which leads me into this. Like, how did you decide who you wanted to be a part of this new house?
So the shade of all of that is I was a member of the House of Revlon for 12 years.
Oh,
I was their premier female figure runway. Like I was the girl snatching all the trophies. If you go and Google Aoki Revlon, you'll see like thousands of clips. Like Muga Layer Ball, where I won and beat everybody. I walked like 16 people down. You know what I'm saying? So like um I started from there and they told me that they didn't see me as mother potential because I'm loud. I am.
okay.
I'm a little throwed off. I can say that. I'm a little crazy.
But
I can
that's
little.
okay. I mean, mothers come in different variations, and you can't say just because someone's opinionated, they're not a
Mhm.
mother type.
But in ballroom, they want you to be this certain type of trophy mother where you're beautiful, you're gorgeous, you're sitting, and everybody's like loving you, your housewife, like kind of like T. And I'm just not
Hmm.
that girl. I'm an Angela Davis type of girl. I'm a Harriet Tubman type of girl. I'm gonna fight for freedom.
You stir stuff up. I love that. I love that. And so you decided to just choose people to be a part of
So
your
I
house that
decided to leave the
really.
House of Revlon and start my own because I felt like, one thing about me, I always call myself a creative director. Diana Vreeland is one of my greatest inspirations. She was a creative director for Vogue for almost 4 decades, 4 or 5
Right.
decades, from the 50s to
She's
like the early
iconic.
80s.
Yeah.
Iconic. So like I always wanted to be a person that was in charge of everything. I'm a Leo, so I obsess about every little detail. Everything has to be perfect. And so I was like, let me just start my own. And I was blessed to get chosen and my team to get chosen to go and compete.
I love that. Now you're on Legendary. This is kind of one of the biggest stages for ballroom in mainstream media. And
It's
I
the
watched
Olympics.
it really is. And I watched the last episodes and you and your house made it to the finale. First off, congratulations on that because that's amazing. I'm sure some people didn't think that this would happen for you. How does it feel to know that you created this house in such a short period of time and you've carried this family of yours so far?
So honestly, I wanted to say something too because I don't think people recognize it on the show. But every disadvantage we could have gotten, we got this season. Like every time a disadvantage was handed out, it was handed out to our team. Um, but I thrive off of that, and that's what I wanted people to. That's what I wanted people to get out of that. You can turn your shade into sunshine, like, and that's what I really want people to get out of this experience. Don't let anybody make you feel like you're not at the level or better than them. And like, I'm rambling, so you might
No,
have to
that's
edit that.
that's okay. No, that's good because it's a good segue. Don't let anyone make you feel like you're not as good as you know you are. You and Leiomy had a little back and forth on the show. And
Hmm.
based off of what you were saying, you felt like she didn't see you as her peer or someone that warranted
Okay, so let's
respect.
a
So,
little backstory to that. I
yeah.
was getting irritated with Laomi. The
Mm,
way she speaks to people. It's not what she was saying was that I didn't necessarily agree with it or disagree with it. It's the way you speak to people. And I come from a place of give me my respect or I can definitely take it.
okay.
Like I'm a very militant type of girl. So like that was starting to rub me the wrong way. And I had been paying it. Like I was paying, I was like, I'm on the show, I want to stay on the show. Let me kind of like reel it back with the judges.
Right.
But
Because
I
the
just
judges can
couldn't
be a
do
lot.
yeah. And then we was doing anime and bitch, I don't know nothing about anime. I was like, girl, seven deadly sins, okay, I see colors, let's just all do colors. Girl. I was like,
Yeah, but
yeah.
I did love how quickly you and Leomi bounced back from it. It shows that you both are grown women. You are it, real people, that you don't carry grudges. You're good people at the end of the day. And I really appreciated that. Sometimes when people
That
have
was a real
arguments,
ballroom moment. That's
yeah.
a real ballroom moment. On the floor, we are vicious. We are cutthroat. We are like
Mm.
down dog, dirty, like gutter bucket in the trash,
But
Dipsy
it's not
dumpster trash.
prolonged.
But when we are outside of that, we have an element of family. Even if we don't really like each other, really fuck with each other. But like, girl, I don't fuck with her. But hey, girl, give me a hug. You know what I'm saying? It's very much like that. And like, I wanted to show that even though you argue with somebody, when you're wrong, sometimes you have to be the bigger person. Be like, you know what? I apologize. This won't the right time for me to confront you with this.
I get
It
that.
was worse than what it was. It was about like an hour long
An
thing.
hour.
Yeah,
Oh, now
security was called and everything.
see, now I feel like I need more. I need more.
People thought that people said that they was gonna physically attack them and stuff. I don't know if it was the little black cups they be having. You watch out for the
Oh,
black cups.
oh. Okay. From that alone, I know exactly what happened. Okay. And I've seen a lot of clips. I watch a lot of Ballroom because it's
Yeah,
so fun, and they have a tendency to get hyped.
yeah,
Uh,
but they need to take away the. Shut up, baby. I'm gonna shut
yeah.
my fat ass up.
Now, aside from the drama, how proud are you of the legacy that your house left on the legendary stage? Like when people,
I'm so
yeah,
excited. I'm so excited that the legacy, like it wasn't really about me because I'm marked in ballroom. It was about my kids, and it was about me showing people that I can lead and that I will be able to. I can actually upgrade whatever house I go to or whatever house I'm in.
T.
Look at what I did with something that people said, "Oh, y'all not gonna make it past the first episode because y'all not a real close knit group."
Yeah, I love that because it shows that you are, as you said, you're militant, and
Mhm.
you there's something special with you because this house wasn't created on its own. You created this house, you chose the members, and you're holding it together as the mother. So I really love to see that.
I was a
Now,
basket case all season. I really was. I'm a Cancer moon, so I'm very emotional. But I'm a Leo sun, so like I'm like hey da 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 da. But you know what I'm saying? Like I'm that type of girl. But I'm super emotional and like I really everybody thinks that it would just be leading the house, but everybody brought something to this team that I physically maybe couldn't do. Like Luce was a great choreographer. People don't know that 98% of everything we did, Luce, Golden, and Devo choreographed it.
oh,
Devo
so
just by
how
himself.
much does the choreographer on the show help?
They don't do nothing.
Oh,
They sit there, they watch a routine, and they critique, and then they be like, "You might want to change that," or "That's not gonna work for TV," or "This isn't gonna work for TV." And then you, only person I will say this, Tanisha Scott.
She's a
mother,
legend. She's a legend.
mother, she definitely would sit there like how I would look at somebody who, okay, like if you want a competition dance thing, you don't expect the choreographers to be making up your stuff. You expect them to critique what you're doing and telling you how to make it better. And I
Right.
felt like she really did that. It was a bunch. Every choreographer that was there was awesome. I will say that they because we had to ground the foundation. Like I said, Luce is a choreographer. Devo's a choreographer. So we had that. We knew our specific things. I was creative. Anything that had to do with concepts, hair, makeup, looks, I took care of all of that. That's what I could contribute. Like Linda and Golden were they're very young spirits where they're very fashion forward and they know a lot of different things about things that I might be a little elderly, as you said so eloquently in the beginning.
Now, you did a really great job putting everything together each week. I really loved a lot of your concepts. But what I would like to know is, as a Leo and being emotional, how did you feel rewatching every episode and seeing when you're on stage getting your critiques what all them other houses backstage had to say about you guys?
Girl, let me tell you my motto. And listen up, kids. Turn your volumes all the way up. Fuck them and feed them fish sticks, bitch. If I ain't losing, I don't give a fuck, bitch. I'll see you next week.
Okay,
Bitch.
I'm gonna have to remember that one. I've never heard that
Fuck
one
them and feed them
before.
fish sticks, girl. Go on, girl. Oodles and
Okay.
noodles.
Now, me and Danny had this debate on one of the episodes about guest judges. And he had one point of view, I had another. He thinks if you're a guest judge, you should know about ballroom, you should like know the history and all of that. And I think, well, if you're a guest judge, you're just there to critique the performance and like the entertainment value. I want to know from your perspective, being a legend in ballroom, what do you think the guest judge needs to have? What are their qualifications?
I agree with you on that aspect because every competition show I go to or see or watch, you're being judged by people who don't necessarily do the genre of performance that you do. Heidi Klum don't know nothing about singing. She know about boxing, but she up on America's Got Talent. You feel what I'm saying? And the
Right.
good thing I think about it is that we're starting to move ballroom in a light where we can get more opportunities. Like I've been in ballroom for over 14, 15 years, and I never thought it would be a day that I would be able to walk on a stage shot by HBO. Girl, I was
It's a
worried about
big
my next
deal.
date, girl. Who
It's a
gonna give me my
huge
money
deal.
for my hair and my makeup, girl?
Yeah, I mean it's a big opportunity, and I agree with you. When you look at every other type of competition show, they're not people that are professionals in that. But
Right.
just like the audience watching, they have an opinion, and if it's
Right. Like
entertainment, you
it's
know what
like
you
I'm
like
going
and what you
to
don't like.
Beyonce versus Shakira. You might not live for Shakira performance, but live for Beyonce. You know what I'm saying? It's
Exactly. Um, I also wanted to ask you this. Some people have been really critical of the show, and I wanted to know, do you think Legendary is a great representation for ballroom? Because I've been hearing this for a couple seasons now. They're like, this is not ballroom, this is just TV. Like, what do you think?
I think this season was the most authentic ballroom that they've had up there so far. I
Really?
think you really saw elements of ballroom that you haven't seen other seasons. Like even though you've seen arguments and little reading and shade, it was never really like this is a competition, bitch. We got to really take. I didn't really feel like that on the last two episodes, but as far as it being a good representation, I think it's a great representation because we don't have too many outlets to even be represented in
Yeah, I agree.
anything that's uplifting us and putting out a good positive message or highlighting us so that we can make more opportunities. I'm for, especially as
I
black and brown people.
Yeah, I agree with that. So, I guess all I really need to know from you now is what actual ballroom means to you and where you'd like to see it go. Because ballroom has been around for decades. You've been a part of it for a while. Now we've seen Paris is Burning. We've seen Pose. We've seen now we have a legendary. Where is the future of ballroom going for you? What would you like to see ballroom evolve into?
Okay, so for me, my I really want ballroom to grow because like we as a society are changing and in the way we even present and the way we speak to each other as far as gender, ballroom is very gender specific. Female figure, between cis categories. It all falls into that. But we have so many intersections of those things
Right.
and different things in our community where we're going to have to change terminology, create new categories, create things that make people feel what we
Included.
used to feel back in the 80s and the night. Well, not me, the 80s, but I mean, like the 2000s, early 2000s for me. But like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
yeah, I want them to elevate, and I want them to be more like, we have to realize that we are a very small community. We are an underground community, and we need to realize that if we want to keep it authentic, we have to be the representation that we want to see. We have to go out for these auditions. We don't need Todrick talking about shablams and stuff like that because he cannot speak for ballroom. You feel what I'm saying?
You know, ballroom people do not live for him at all.
No, too late.
Literally, just yesterday or a day before that, Leiomy tweeted about kind of like, yeah, we don't mess with that one.
But the
How
thing about the thing
damaging
that
is
he
it?
got upset about is because he was like, yeah, because I just came out to the scene. I didn't know it wasn't called that. I was like, yeah, I know. You came out late. You're late. Go back
Right.
in. Go home.
But I feel like he's heard of this long before and he still
Girl,
continues
the
to say,
RuPaul girls told her because Mariah was up there when he was up there and was like, girl, it's not called a shablam. Stop saying that, girl.
yeah. How damaging do you find it when other people borrow from the culture and then change up names and try to rebrand ballroom?
They've been doing that for years, though. Look at, I mean, let me tell you something. So, Madonna is like queen to me. I love her. That's my mother. Like as a child, that's what I used to emulate. That's how
Right.
everybody knew I was gay. Brought up. But like take Madonna in the Vogue era, those children Vogue for her, was on tour with her, and they virtually didn't get any publicity after that. Like career stopped once the voguing phase went out.
Right.
Like I need everybody that's our allies and our supporters to really be behind us. If you really fuck with Legendary, you really live for us and seeing what we do, come to a ball. Come support us. Come do stuff that's gonna uplift our community. Like that's my only issue with like people like mainstream people that's not in the underground ballroom community because it
Okay.
still is underground to me, and that's one of the things I love about it because it really was a family for me. Like I grew up in Newport News, Virginia,
Okay.
and I was bullied a lot because I was the theater kid. I was the over the top kid. That's why I'm so angry and bitter now, honestly. And want to beat everybody up, girl. I got a lot of beating up to do for besides, but no, like I was saying, I go on, excuse me. But yeah, like I was saying, I just really, really want the elevation to be positive, and I want my black and brown sisters and brothers and marginalized people to just really take this experience from ballroom and know that this is for television. Go to a real ball. Be around
Yeah.
real ball people. Support real ball people. Support Legendary. No, because I'm on the show. You're supporting the doll, but
Yeah.
support
Go
real
to an actual
ballroom.
ball and experience it for what it is
Mhm.
outside of what is it's transformed into for TV. I definitely agree with that.
And
I
that's
know.
why that was one of the things with Laomi did. That's what one of the things I was saying to her when I was saying I'm legend, bitch. I'm
Yeah.
still active in ballroom. I still can go to a ball and sit the girls. You feel what I'm saying for runway. So like to me, I love Laomi down, and yes, she is the ballroom Bible or whatever y'all want to say, like she Brandy or something. But I want to say like, girl, she's not the end all be all. And a lot of the things she said to people on the show was like, bitch, you would have never said that at the ball. You know you wouldn't have said that at the ball because girl, somebody would have took that trophy and did a
Yeah.
nasty.
Well, ballroom is very different from TV.
It's
Uh,
confrontational.
it is. It really is, and it's fierce.
Fierce.
I will.
Fierce not in a good way. It's fierce in the not in the Jaguar way.
I
Did
get
you
you.
catch that
True.
reference for Jaguar?
I definitely did. Now I
Yo, I
wanted
thought I was doing a British accent like the guy from the Rich and Famous. Lifestyles of the Rich and Famous when I was doing the Jaguars because everybody was like, why she keep saying Jaguar like that?
Oh, I got it. I knew exactly what you were doing.
I know you got it because you're a reference person, but other people was like, why she keep saying Jaguar? I was like, girl,
If it's not for them, then it's not for them. You know, where can everyone
okay.
find you? Like, what's going on? It's Pride Month. Hello, and like
So I'm
I'm
working
sure
on
you're
a
booked and busy.
campaign, Sex Work is Work campaign for LGBTQ people right now. I just shot a fabulous shoot. But you can see all of that on IG at Aoki Lee, period, Terrell, Terrell. And yeah, that's mostly where I be at. You can find me on all social medias under Aoki Lee Terrell.
Perfect. Thank you so
That's
much
what I'm
for
doing
being
right now.
here. I can't wait to see what you do next. I do follow you, and you did look bomb in your photos. Uh,
Thank you.
Body down. I
Thank
wish to be that
you.
confident one day.
No, that was a big step for me because even during I know you've caught up. So the Fun in the Sun one, we had to have somebody who revealed out
Right.
of their bathing suit. It was like we need somebody to reveal out of bathing suit. And I'm the only female film queen up there, so I'm like, I got to do it. And I was so nervous. But when Kelly
Really?
Rowland told me, I love your body, it reminds me of Angela Bassett,
Oh.
I was like, bitch, can't nobody tell me shit no more, bitch.
I live for
The
that.
mother.
I would have never thought that you'd have been nervous, but that just goes to show that, you never know.
So my first category was sex siren. So I would have body. I used to want body and sex siren. Well, sex siren, not body, but I had body. So like I was always very self conscious about that. And being a track runner in high school and stuff like that, I had a very athletic body. So I didn't think it was cunt.
Yeah. I know exactly what you mean because in ballroom, especially for sex siren or body for female form, they tend to want to see like that hourglass and
They won't struggle.
all
They
of
won't P Valley.
they want that. And so for someone that's more athletic, you might feel, okay, I'm not giving that, so am I enough? But I'm
Yeah.
glad that Kelly Rowland really spoke to you in that moment and
And she
overcame
speaks
that.
so eloquently, and she smelled like vanilla.
Oh, she
I ain't never
does.
been around a person who really just smelled like a scent. Like we was like at least 20 yards away from her, and I could smell her.
Oh, that's money. That's money. That's what that
I
is.
was like, God damn, girl. She hugged me and everything. Leslie Jones was funny too, and she smelled good too.
I love Leslie. Like,
Yeah,
who
I
was
feel
it?
like
Your favorite
she was
guest
the best guest
judge?
judge to me.
Oh, she
Only
was.
because I feel like not only was she a part of the community, but she kind of like gets it. Like she understood it, and she
Yeah,
understood that she didn't want to step on nobody's toes, but she paid attention to everything that was going around. A lot of the other judges don't be knowing what be going around. I love Anita down.
yeah.
I don't know what she was talking about most of the time. I was like, samba. I was like,
She
okay.
was
And I love you, Brazil.
she was very excitable, and I really enjoyed her on the show. It was fun.
Her dress,
It was
that yellow and that
beautiful.
purple,
It was really beautiful.
she looked over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I
Thank
can't
you
wait
so
to
much.
see what happens next week. I'm rooting for you. I really am
Get
rooting for
ready.
you.
Get ready. It's gonna fasten your seatbelts. It's gonna be a bumpy ride.
And there you have it. Thank you guys so much for watching. Go support Mother of the House, Yohji Yamamoto, Aoki Lee. I love her so much.
You've
Go
been saying
follow
my name
her.
long enough. You
Have
get
I
that
been
right.
saying it? Is it not Aoki Lee?
Yes, Aoki Lee Yohji Yamamoto.
Oh, so I need to say it all. Aoki
Yeah.
Lee Yohji Yamamoto. Okay, you better get it.
Tears across the board.
Thank
Hurry.
you. Hey beautiful humans, you've made it this far in this video. Why not subscribe to my Patreon? You can sign up for exclusive content I don't post on YouTube, or support me making content for this channel. Speaking of, why don't you watch another video?